Dang
so Iris, you're close enough. You see that the stone on the bracelet you were given begins to flare up. You can literally see the remains of the knight enter the bracelet. The bracelet is consuming his energy.
Iris is freaking out like,
You're getting a power up. Calm down. I don't.
However, since you're not a demonologist, hint hint, you have no idea what the fuck just happened.
Yeah, I'm just staring at the bracelet like, gonna blow up or anything, are you?
Does the bracelet say no?
Nope. Quiet returns to the mansion.
I'm immediately running inside. I'm also dropping invisibility because I don't need it at this point, but I'm heading to the basement.
What, are you following after the demon chick, are you? I guess I would as well.
She's checking on the remains. The remains are done. She's dying. I'm going to comfort her as she dies.
I guess I had to.
Follow her as well.
Wait, where did the demon go?
I'm assuming the basement where she put the corpse.
Yeah. As soon as you guys enter the mansion, you can hear noises from the basement. It's a mix between bitter regret, anger, and sorrow.
I'm immediately rushing down into the basement too, and looking around for her.
You guys slowly descend the steps towards the basement. You see that the basement is the most well-kept place in the entire manor. No cobwebs, there's nothing down there. First you pass through a wine cellar. After you pass through the wine cellar, you would recognize probably both Vira and Vendrik would recognize that this is in-kept mausoleum. Basically, some mansions in their lower spaces have built-in mausoleums for family members and for aristocrats and such. This is a common tradition from old nobility. It seems that this mansion had this one built in, and it has been restored to full glory at some point. At the far end of the room, you see a huge wall of portraits of Cynthia. And right above the mausoleum coffin, there's a small space dedicated to banners, medals, and other distinctions and credibilities for her. You see that the mausoleum that probably encased her remains has been brutally smashed open, and the remains have been desecrated. You see the demon in front, kneeling in front of the remains with her back to you. She is clearly quietly weeping.
I'm gonna slowly walk up to her and kind of kneel down next to her and put my hand on her shoulder.
Touch her, she violently slaps your hand away, almost to the point where you feel like your bone ache a little bit. It's all your fault. You did this. She is clearly very upset and angry.
I'm not gonna...
wall, she reaches out towards the wall and rips one of the banners off. Wanted, this is why you destroyed everything, right? She tosses it violently behind her, and she lets out an almost animalistic roar violently towards you, Vira, since you're the closest. Now get out! Get out or I'll kill you all!
I'm not gonna respond. I'm just gonna look at her
down,
sadly.
pick up the banner, give Vira a pat on the shoulder, and lead her out the room.
I'm gonna stay.
You sure about that?
I mean, yeah.
Or I'll kill all of you.
She needs her space. Come on.
Yeah.
Alright.
But yeah, as like we said now, Iris is gonna look back and go, don't know if it was because we came here, but we're sorry the demons did this to you.
You get no reply.
What's your name?
You wait patiently for a while before she quietly speaks up. She saved me from pirates. she named me Morgana. In your language, it seems to be connected to the sea. She said she always loved the sea, that's why she named me that.
Maybe it has something to do with your colouring as well. Beautiful azure. I can see why. Even if you think we did it, you haven't lashed out at us.
Get out of my mansion.
Okay. For it's worth. Sorry.
You guys are starting to make your way out of the mansion?
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, when we get outside, I go, fucking headache.
While you guys were down doing whatever, Theron was out, like, cleaning himself off and trying to bandage himself as best as he could after, getting lit up.
Question: is there anything remaining from any of the demons?
They basically turned into smoldering piles of ash. Everything's destroyed. There's basically just pieces of meat and bone everywhere. The crystals that they carried are all destroyed. The only crystal that's still intact is the one in Theron's pocket.
Well, that is in Theron's pocket.
If he has a pocket, I mean.
Obviously, it's in his loincloth.
Yep.
Wait, that sounds uncomfortable.
There's now
Anyway.
a large bulge in the loincloth.
No, like I'm just figuring if there's parts of the demons left that might be worth money, but I guess not.
As you guys slowly leave and as you guys slowly continue walking and enter the forest, leaving the mansion behind you, you notice that the barrier is dispersed and the magic is spewing out like poison, destroying the area around it. Whatever was keeping it together is now gone, and all you can hear in the distance is the loud cry that you heard before when you started smashing the statues. You almost hear the ground slightly tremble with emotion, regret, and anger.
See, now I want to go back since Eva suddenly knows, shit, she's gonna die.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to stay with her.
Morgana did say if you guys don't leave the mansion, she's straight up gonna kill you.
That's why I wanted to stay, because she was dying.
Yeah, she was also threatening to kill
I wanted
us.
to comfort her in her last moments.
Yeah, she
Well-
clearly meant that, didn't she? Like, she was gonna kill us.
The way she hit you, Vira, she was basically one provocation away from basically ripping out your throat.
Yeah.
And she needs that for breathing, so.
Well, I suppose there's nothing more we can do here.
By the way, Alyssia, you've probably guessed by this point, but she was actually the cat.
Well, yes, of course. I mean, she's a shape-shifting demon. I told you the fucking cat was a demon. I told
I was
you
right
she was a
all
demon too.
along!
Fuck's sake. See, my paranoia was right.
You guys don't
This is
have
a
to
deal.
type it out, you guys can literally just say it out loud.
You do. What was
Nah,
that?
I wish I had known. She was dying.
But you can just say it out loud.
It wouldn't have made a difference. There's nothing we can do for her now, am I correct?
No. There was nothing we could have done.
I don't.
Well then.
So there's nothing we could have done. So once a bond is broken, it cannot be reforged. That's good to know.
No. If a human and a demon are bonded for long enough, and the bond is broken, they'll both die.
Okay. Let's head on to the village. It's been a long day.
Once again, you guys hit the road after experiencing some, shall we say, well, now that everything has transpired, it is once again your thoughts are drawn to the bracelet that consumed that demon. Vendrik would probably be able to help you more about, you know, explaining what just happened.
Vendrik,
Yes?
who is that demon that you headbutted, and why did you headbutt the demon?
That was awesome.
Don't know that he did that.
He mentioned, he told me that guy has like a nice headbutt. Tell him that I'll
Right.
return the favor in kind.
Wait, he
So
did what?
Yeah, well, he was.
The demon tool Vira
Yeah.
he got headbutted.
No.
Yeah,
what,
he told me that he
was-
got headbutted, and then he intended to return the favor
I
in
think
kind.
Iris said that in character. She was just
Yeah.
surprised.
It was just like, what?
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, that demon. When I was telling you that we needed to protect the remains, he spoke to me. He knows, apparently his name is, Flint Dream Chaser?
Dream Chaser Flint.
Dream Chaser Flint. He's an elder of my darling's people. He's, pretty dangerous. Also, Vendrik headbutted him.
I
I
have-
give like a sheepish grin.
I have newfound respect for you, she says, nodding at Vendrik. with a
Also,
smile.
he says he intends to return the favor in kind, so I guess
Oh.
expect your head to get exploded or something. Or,
Now they always
You
say
know-
that.
my darling, what would Dream Chaser Flint exactly do to Vendrik?
Well, if it was anybody else, by the way, everybody can hear this. If it was someone else from my kind, they would probably kill him in his sleep. But Flint is different. Among my people, he has a nasty reputation, though not the same as what I have. He does not like how our race, shall we say, hunts. We consume dreams and nightmares. We are strongest in the realms between reality and fiction. However, Flint despises that nature of his being and has instead decided to take up a physical body. Our kind is not meant to possess such abilities. We are not meant to linger in the physical realm, and that's where he spends most of his time. That is proof of how strong he is. He is using his own personal belief and strength to defy the very nature of his own being.
That's concerning.
Though that being said, I believe that Vendrik should be safe in his dreams. Flint is not the type to use nightmares to his advantage. If he wishes to get payback on him, it would be in the physical realm.
That's concerning. Also, I'm gonna ask Geo this, like, in private, like, in our heads. Why would he say that? What?
So just, you know, in our heads.
I'm gonna ask him why Dream Chaser Flint referred to our bond as a punishment.
Geo seems very reluctant to answer. He immediately purses his lips. You sense deep shame inside him.
I think Vira gets it, like, bonding with a human for, like, shade demons is, like, something that is, like, you're not supposed to do.
Don't know, but nice guess at least. That's okay. It's a bit different
But yeah.
for you to know that right now, unless he opens up about it or you learn more about his species.
Yeah, I'll just kind of, like, chill, like, I'm not gonna
Demonology is with
pressure
you, and
him.
he can be quite useful for a lot of things right now, just saying.
I mean, I'm not gonna pry into. If my husband has some privacy, I'm not gonna pry. I'm also not gonna inform them that
Turns out
he
the real
referred
name
to-
of the perk wasn't demonology, it was marriage counseling.
Vendrik, you notice that the bracelet that Iris picked up from Logan is pulsating with power right now. And you can probably do shit with it, just saying.
I'm gonna go over and
Like I'm checking it out. It's like, how does this thing work? What's happening?
may I? I say holding out a hand.
I offer it out, but it's still on my wrist. So just keep it on my wrist. I don't want to remove it when it's doing this.
Vendrik, do you wish to manipulate
wrist
the
and
soul
bring
and
right up
learn
to my face.
secrets?
There are too many people talking at once.
Vendrik, do you wish to manipulate the soul and learn its secrets? Vendrik, you take up a special pair of gloves from one of your pockets, which you save for dealing with, shall we say, fragile and delicate matters. You take also a piece of enchanted string and a needle, and you begin weaving through the soul, magically infusing it with the threads and to manipulate it between your fingers, spreading it out like a web.
Tell her to stay absolutely still with a deadly serious expression on my face.
The soul's knowledge speaks into you, and I'm gonna assume that you're gonna read it out loud, unless you say anything else. Of course, if you want to keep it
Read it out
secret
loud.
for some reason.
No, I'll read it out loud, it'll be fine.
The soul reads, speaks to you, and it reveals this information. Soul of a corrupted Ember Knight. When the Fire Lord lost his life against the old chaos, his loyal knights were singed in his dying flame. With countless trials, as they tirelessly combed the land for his remaining strength, in hopes of one day reviving him in the hearth that once gave him life. The knights accumulated the strength of fire and toppled entire armies and kingdoms on their quest, which led to them being viciously hunted. Few Ember Knights still live, no doubt twisted and deformed through the lingering flames of their lord.
I'll just
While their
you Ember
vow
Knights still live.
to revive their lord is nothing but a distant dream now, but few knights remain are without a doubt ones of exceptional strength. That in chat for you guys?
That'd be cool.
This is lore-based information, so you never know when it might become useful.
Exactly, I would like it in so I can take notes.
Do note it says Lord of a corrupted Ember Knight. The guy was mindless, so if he was in his prime, he probably would have been much tougher. Right. So as you read out the soul's, shall we say, legacy, you start to linger deeper inside it, Vendrik, to see what it can be done with it. And it turns out that this soul, while not particularly powerful, it does have a lot of versatile uses. This soul can be woven into a fire blade. It can be woven into a magical tome of fire. It can be consumed directly to give fire properties and protection to someone, or it can be broken down and used as what Logan described as currency in the demon world.
Okay, the only part of that I'm gonna say out loud is the fire tome part. I really
sure?
want that fire tome.
Woblov?
So, just mention something about fire.
In this system, so roll deception.
Boom.
Oh! Okay.
He wants the fire
Fucking
tome.
son.
So you guys completely believe him that the only use for this soul is a fire tome. There's no other practical use for it.
Can Geo tell me anything about it?
Who is actually not good at reading souls. He doesn't have that kind of knowledge.
Well, shit, I guess...
by the way, you would actually know, at least Vendrik would know, if you want more specific knowledge, you're gonna have to seek out a specialist. You can only tell the basics of what a soul can do and you can read its story. But if you find a specialist, he will be able to tell you exactly what the fire tome does or the longsword does. By yourself, you don't have enough knowledge to say what exactly they will do.
Okay. She nods and goes, okay then. She's like, adjusts for...
protect encased in like a single form, so it's not manipulated. You can decide what to do with it later when the process is being, you know, made. If you wanna forge a weapon or if you wanna consume it, or you can like always break it down into currency, like I said, and stuff like that. Right now, it's still a singular soul and it's waiting to be used.
Alright.
It's being stored inside the bracelet.
I just really think I'm not going to... I want to know like everything about like this. You know, need a specialist. I want to know the traits of those things first. I mean, I can use neither.
Keep in mind, I did tell you that demon soul weapons work differently. Even if you don't have proficiency, as soon as you pick one up, you are immediately proficient with using that specific weapon.
Yeah, but it's more like,
really like the idea of a fire tongue.
Yeah, it's just like I don't use swords, so.
Because if you pick up a demon sword,
a soul sword like this one, for instance, you would be able to wield it. Just saying.
Yeah, no, it's more that the tome itself.
All I have is a quarterstaff that I have -1 to.
Ah, poor Vira.
Mage
This is
life.
yeah, it's literally why I always stay back and just cast spells. It's because my melee is absolute garbage.
But yeah, I'm gonna nod like, thanks. I'm gonna stir away under my robe again. I'm gonna go. Let's hurry up.
A pat on the shoulder and go. You'll be fine.
Well, at least I'm not gonna blow up. That's what I was worried about. After seeing what its power did to the other things.
But it does.
Don't say that.
By the way, Theron, you still don't know what that fire crystal in your loin does, so there you go. There's also that. Although I'm not sure if Vendrik would be able to help you with that.
Well, I don't think...
I mean, he doesn't have enough information.
Well, I don't think...
But he can take some guesses.
well, I don't think Theron realizes that the reason they came here was the crystal, so... Because the knight never told him, and he didn't speak to the creepy shade.
Oh, the knight was brain dead, so you know.
Exactly.
He was literally a walking zombie.
Oh, by the way, who's carrying the banner? Who's stowing that stuff away?
I think Vendrik picked it up.
Alright, you get since you have the back always, you'll have it then.
Now,
Just to confirm,
while
the shade was called Dreams of Flint, right?
Get the banner, do not delete the quest because the quest is actually not completed. Give it, just mark it as incomplete and ongoing. The quest is actually not done.
Okay then.
So you guys are in the forest, and I'm gonna assume that you're gonna start heading towards the village that's on the other end of the forest, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, did we get here by horse or by walking? I don't remember.
Walking. Oh no, wait,
guys-
actually I think we got horses. Wait, did we get horses?
Did we? No.
No, because you wore scrubs and said, no, we don't
So-
need horses.
It's gonna take you about another day to get to the other end of the forest, which will give you plenty of time to patch yourselves up. However, you're gonna need some food. Somebody's gonna have to, you know, get some food together. What are you gonna do about that?
We have rations.
Well, why don't we go find some of the people who are hunters and or gatherers and go hunt and gather.
Fine people, what?
In this forest, because of the demons here recently, there's not gonna be any hunters around, so you guys are gonna have to do it yourself.
No, I meant those of us in the because we have What? Is there only one person with the bow?
Alyssia, yeah.
Presumably. And
Yeah.
I shall tell you this: Alyssia might be great at sneaking and shooting things with bows, but she has no skills in survival.
Okay. I'm pretty good at that.
Those that
Nature.
wanna hunt for some food, roll me a survival check.
I can cook. I can cook the food.
15.
So, because even if I can sneak up on the animal and kill it, I can't actually find it because I don't have
Theron,
either nature or
unfortunately,
survival.
This forest, because of all the demons, is a bit lacking in food right now, but you do your best to scrounge what you can. You guys are not gonna starve, but the meal is definitely lacking. It doesn't compare at all to the glorious feast you had for breakfast. So by the time you reach the village the next day, your bellies are gonna be rumbling hard.
I guess I'll just pull some dry food rations out of my explorer's pack then.
You mean your loincloth?
Yes.
He just has everything in there.
That is so wrong on so many levels.
So since you're gonna spend, since the demons in the forest are now gone and it's completely safe, you're gonna basically spend the day getting towards the village, and it's gonna be relatively safe and peaceful. Is there anything you wanna do on the move, some chatting, some or anything else in particular before you reach it?
Hey! What? Twice?
He's got to next.